Good morning to all. And everybody knows that I've been having problems doing videos on this one particular case, the Idaho 4 case. But one thing struck me last night, and I just had to put this video out. Now we have Bryan Christopher Kohberger, born November 1994. He attended Northampton Community College in Pennsylvania, got his Associates of Arts degree in psychology in 2018. He attended DeSales University in Pennsylvania, received his bachelor's degree in 2020, and completed graduate studies in June of 2022 at DeSales. He was a PhD student for the Department of Justice and Criminology at Washington State University. Shortly after Bryan was arrested, Washington State University took down a graduate student page listing his name. I'm assuming they weren't too proud of this student. Now, he grew up in a Catholic community who are now in shock of the recent headlines. They described the incident as being devastated by such senseless tragedy. Now, 7 months prior to the incident in Moscow, a man named Bryan Kohberger participated in a research project that required him to reach out to criminals. He identified himself as a student investigator from DeSales University while he was using an email issued to him by DeSales in the attempt to find out basically what they felt and what they thought while they were committing their crimes. At some point in 2018, he also worked as a security guard for Pleasant Valley School District. Now, I've got to ask, with all this education under his belt, it really makes you wonder what caused him to crack. Was he born with a chromosome that was turned crossways? Or was it just all the years of studying the criminal minds and behaviors of criminals in the classes that he took? And my favorite question of all, how do we know he did it alone? How do we know that he did this heinous crime alone? Now, there was a video put out a few days ago, I believe by J is for Justice, and I'm going to put the link in the description box below. But you can see the pictures of what the thumbnail and stuff looks like. In there, it asks, is this Bryan Kohberger? That's describing what happened that night. My question is, because in my opinion, I do not think that this monster did this heinous crime alone. Could this be another person that was involved with what happened? Could this be someone else describing what happened that night? I mean, I agree, it sounds like the person in the video was there. I'm just saying, do we know for sure? I mean, if it even is Bryan, or if it is someone that was there, do we know it was Bryan and not someone that was there accompanying Bryan or helping him? And I'd also like to know, I mean, I know people are saying, well, if there was only one knife used, and it was a like a military knife or a Rambo knife, and that's the only one that was used. What'd they do? Swap it off? I've actually heard that said. Well, was it a one of a kind? We haven't even found the knife. We don't know. So let me ask, is it possible that if there was more than one person there, couldn't they have bought two exact knives? I mean, two knives that were exactly the same, and both of them used them. Just a thought, guys. Just my opinion. I also would like to know, and just in my opinion, I truly still want to know, or I don't believe that he did it by himself, but I wonder if LE will continue to investigate this or look into it after Bryan Kohberger is transferred or transported back to Idaho to stand trial. Once he stands trial, once he, is locked up, papers are signed, keys are turned, will law enforcement continue to look into this? Or will they just, we've caught the guy and let's just drop it. Let's put it behind us. I would hope not. They've done a wonderful job up until now. But I wonder if people are just going to be happy to have another monster behind bars and be willing just to drop it from there. My personal opinion, I believe they need to continue looking into it because I believe there were other parties involved, at least one other. And you all know that from my other videos. And as an afterthought, do you think one day in the future, Bryan Christopher Kohberger's name will appear in one of the textbooks in the criminology classes that he took himself? Will his name be in those books for future students to study? Is he going to be one of the criminal minds that future criminology students study? Will he become one of the people that evidently he strived to be? Tell me your thoughts in the comment section, guys. Let me know what you think. This case really just it blows me away. But it really, I just can't imagine somebody with this amount of intelligence. He went to school and he studied criminals. You would think that he would have learned a few tricks after studying those criminals for so long. But maybe he had somebody else help him. Maybe there were two people. Maybe there were two knives. Maybe there were more than two people. You would have thought that he would be smarter than to just go in and do it himself and then wind up getting caught. You would think he would have a few tricks under his belt to ensure that he wouldn't just easily be caught, tried, and convicted that quickly. I believe there's more to the story, guys. And I also believe there was more to the fact of when he asked, when he was arrested in Pennsylvania, when he asked, was anybody or has anybody else been arrested? I think there's more to that statement or that question. Tell me what you think, and I'll see you on the next video.